Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello guys, so today we're gonna make a mini vlog about private cars and debate. First, let us introduce ourselves.
My name is Afan, as issue and conclusion.
My name is Andi Hani, as an argument pro.
My name is Maitza, as counter argument.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. So, let's get it!
Private cars have become one of the main modes of transportation in modern society, but the growing number of private vehicles on the road has raised concern about their impact on the environment and society. Some people believe that banning private cars could solve several problems, while others think it violates personal freedom. So there are arguments both for and against banning private cars.
One reason why limiting the use of private cars is necessary to reduce pollution from vehicle emission. As we all know, cars are one of the biggest contribution to the pollution in the world. This emission can cause air pollution. According to the book Nasional Pemikiran by Priyono, air pollution can lead to health problems like bronchitis, lung cancer, and asthma, which can lead even be fatal. That's why limiting private cars use is important to prevent the risk of air pollution.
I don't really agree because nowadays there are many electric cars that barely cause any pollution. Since they are on electricity, not fuel like gasoline, electric cars are much more eco-friendly. Electric cars rechargeable batteries and don't produce exhaust gas, so they are considered environmentally friendly. People can just switch to electric cars instead of banning private cars over pollution issues.
Besides reducing air pollution, limiting private cars is also important to cut down on traffic jams. Traffic congestion is a huge problem due to the high number of private vehicles. If more people use public transportation instead of private cars, traffic would ease up. This way, people wouldn't have to waste too much time to stop on the road.
But it's not entirely private cars that cause traffic jams. Public transportation can also be a problem, like buses or minibuses that stop wherever they want for too long to pick up or drop a passenger. This block the road and causes traffic too.
If people reduce their use of private cars and switch to public transport, traffic would definitely be better. So people wouldn't spend too much time on the road.
From what I've observed, for example, on Sudirman Street, there are reasons why people prefer private cars over public transport. One, waiting for public transport takes too long and it's inefficient. Two, public transport is uncomfortable. Three, most public vehicles are poorly maintained. Four, public transport doesn't reach all areas, especially remote places.
And I think many people use private cars for commuting, whether going to or coming back from work. After work, people are usually tired, and driving a private car can be risky. Limiting private car use could lower risks of accident because people could rest while using public transport. You probably heard news or stories that most traffic accidents involve private cars more than public transport. So, people would need to push themselves to stay focused while driving.
Accidents are not a good reason to ban private cars. Whether an accident happens depends on how careful the driver is and whether the vehicle is well maintained. There are also plenty of accidents involving public transport, like buses with brake failures or reckless drivers in minibuses running the red lights or crossing train tracks harshly.
But you must have heard that traffic accidents happen more with private cars than public transport. So, using public transport could reduce that risk. Besides reducing accident risks, public transportation is safer in terms of security. Private cars often get broken into, either thieves steal things inside or the car itself. Luxury cars especially attract thieves. Protecting a car requires extra security and costs more. Thieves often smash cars' window or fake keys to steal cars. It's safer to use public transportation since the driver doesn't leave the vehicles unattended, giving the thieves no chance. So, using public transport can solve security issues.
But using public transport doesn't guarantee our stuff is safe. In fact, theft happen more often in public transport when we are not paying attention, like when we are asleep or busy. Personal belongings are safer in a private car. You also know that there are many theft cases in public transport in Indonesia. Plus, private cars offer more comfort and privacy, especially for people who don't like crowded places.
Still, protecting a car from the theft requires extra security and cost. Thieves can break the windows or use fake keys to steal cars. That's why switching to public transport it is safer since drivers don't leave the vehicles, making theft harder.
But most modern cars already have advanced security features, so you don't need to spend extra money to protect them. Plus, it's up to us where we park. At home, we have garages to keep cars safe, and in public areas, we can park in busy places to avoid them.
In conclusion, banning private cars will definitely be challenging for people who are used to them. It really depends on each person's needs. Private cars offer more safety, privacy, flexibility, and control. However, the long-term benefits of limiting private cars are significant for both the environment and public well-being. By supporting public transport and eco-friendly alternative, we can create cleaner, comfortable, efficient public transportation can help reduce traffic, but if it's not managed well, traffic will still happen. The key point is that both public and private transport have their own pros and cons. Yo, bro, let's go, ma.
The girls standing in the